11 life paths. Let's get straight into the video. Confidence. First of all, what is confidence? Confidence is simply when you say you're going to do something and you go ahead and you do it. Listen to that very carefully, because what I'm about to say in this video is going to be very important, but this is going to be the gist of everything I'm going to say, most of the things actually. Your confidence is when you say something and you act on it, okay? You think, you act, you feel. You think, you act, you feel. You think, you act, you feel. Whenever you're trying to do something, repeat it 3 times. The power of 369, okay? Let's get straight into the video. My 11 life paths. Now, this is one of the most requested thing I've got, okay? Where people are like, how are you so confident? How is it so easy for you to get on camera and just speak? How do you do it? Okay? How are you, like, I don't know, speaking to y'all? And with 11 life paths, let's be very honest, okay? Let's be very honest. A lot of people have not believed in you. I'm just being honest. Now, it could be some of your friends. In some cases, it could have been family, right? But let me ask you guys a question, and this is a very serious question I want to ask you guys. When you care about others' opinions on you, do they not start to control a part of you? They do, right? Because if you care about what that person thinks of you, as long as you're on truth, by the way, as long as you're on truth. Now, I don't want to get like a stupid comment, but like, if you don't care about what people think about you, why don't you walk outside without your pants? I'm not talking about no goofy shit like that. As long as you're on the truth, because sometimes I'll say things and people will have like a whole different meaning to it. Like they'll like be like, oh, you don't care about things? Why don't you take off your clothes? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm speaking about as long as you're on the truth. Do you see what I mean? Like, as long as you are on the truth. Because a man is that, if you know your truth and you're not speaking it, you're not clearing your throat chakra. You're not clearing. This is why when I've spoken to some of the folks, I instantaneously knew their throat chakra was blocked. Like, how'd you know? Like, my throat hurts. I'm like, because you're not speaking your truth. You're not speaking your truth. So as long as you are on the truth, right, you shouldn't care about what people think about you. Now, I know it's very easy to say this. Like, I know some people are like, yo, like, you know, I know it's easy to say this, but it's very, very different when it comes to practicality. Now, you might have noticed I never said hard. Okay, I was speaking to a girl, I think yesterday or the day before, one of my friends, and she said that everything is, I don't even want to say the word, but like, let's just say, I'm going to give you a hint, when inflation goes up and people aren't able to buy things like they used to. So she used that word, okay? And I'm like, you know, you're programming your subconscious when you talk like that, right? I'm like, you know, you're actually programming yourself out of abundance. And the programming was so deep seated in her that she kept saying it. And I had to remind her every time. Like, I usually don't do it, but when it comes to like me being real, I have to remind you that like, don't, like, you're programming your subconscious mind. Everything is abundance in the world. Everything is abundance. Everything. I swear, I was listening to someone and they're like, when you get rich, it's hard to even find exotic cars because they're all taken. It's hard to find exotic watches because they're taken. Like, there's a list of years where you have to wait in order to get these things. And it's not just her, it's so many people that, like, I would say that they're intellectual and they're intelligent and they're conscious, but they have these repetitions in their mind. So that being said, when it comes to confidence, people are not paying attention to etymology. What does the Bible talk about? Does the Bible talk? The Bible talks about the word, right? How the world was created from word, I think, more or less. Now, if you think about it, if your words have so much power, are you paying attention to the things you are saying every single day to yourself? Are you paying attention to your self-talk? Because what if it's your own self-talk that is making you less confident and it's making you more insecure? What if it's your self-talk and your actions? Now, I've spoken about, like, if anyone is completely entangled with the root chakra, if they are completely immersed in their lower three chakras, which has to do with your lowest is like one of your lowest is solar, right? The colors are red, orange, and yellow. Okay, which has to do with food, sex, and the third one has to do with being basically material. It has to do with material. Okay, so these three chakras, if that's all that you're engaged in. And another thing is, guys, the music. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. I'm dropping a gem, okay? The music is casting spells onto people, guys. I'm being honest. Guys, I talked about this to another dude, okay? I think I said this in one of my last videos. If someone says something wrong to you, and and they say this in the music all the time, they say that you are this, you are that. You have to get the last word on them. So if someone tells you that you can't do it, if someone now they're casting a spell. See, every time, even when I'm speaking, it's a spell cast. So when someone says that to you, you have to say, I can do it, and you have to be the one that has the last word on them. I need you to pay close attention to this. This has a lot to do with breaking spells and being the confident man or woman that you want to be, living in your truth. These people, the rap game, these guys are casting spells. They keep telling you, like, you can't even afford this, you can't even do that. What do you think they're doing? What do you think? You know what they're doing is that they're casting spells on you. They know what they're doing. They have these books. And one of the best ways to cast a spell is to make your sentences rhyme. It makes it so much stronger. It makes it so, and that's what they're doing. They're rhyming their sentences and like their bars. They're rhyming everything and they're putting it onto you. So your subconscious takes it, and then you're sitting here. You're like, I just made the rapper's like, I just made $2 million. You have like $10 in your bank account, and then you're like, why do you feel so insecure? It's because there you go. There's a cognitive dissonance in your mind. Do you see what I mean? There's a cognitive dissonance going on, and you're unable to grapple the root cause. And I'm telling you, the root cause for insecurity, right? With a lot of 11 life paths, look, if you're on my page, if you're watching this video, look, I can stroke your ego. I can do that and make you feel, and I can make you feel very good. Okay? You are the luckiest. I'll tell you this right now, because you can overcome these things very easily. But the thing is, it's again, it's your emotions. I can't. I can't lie to you guys. It's your emotions. It's the sensitivity. This is why people have asked me, people have asked me, like, don't you get bad comments? Like, okay, valid question. Do I give a fuck? No. Pardon my French. I don't give a fuck. You want to say something wrong, comment, that's your karma. I'm an 11 life path born on the 1st. I wish you good, but watch how karma comes and gets you. And I'm not even joking. If you haven't watched one of my videos in like 11 life paths and karma, you should watch that, how that happens. But if you're like, all these thoughts, like, people have so many thoughts in their mind, like, what if this happens? What if my family sees this? What? No one gives a. No one cares. No one cares. I'm telling you right now, bro. Like, your life is too short for you to be thinking about what other people are gonna think of you. This is why confidence for 11 life paths, it's not the easiest. It's because they're very emotional. 11 life paths get hurt very easily by other people's opinions and perspectives. But why? I'm an 11 life path myself, okay? I have very increased 11 energy. The only person I'll sometimes care about who thinks, like, what she thinks about me is my mama. I love my mom, and like, she's probably the only lady on earth who I'll be like, okay, like, my mom, like, she wants me to do good in my life, okay, like, all right. Other than that, bro, I could care less of what anyone thinks about me. It wasn't like I woke up overnight and I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna start doing YouTube. No, it was a process. And with 11 life paths, the type of ambition 11 life paths have is out of this world. It's like, legitimately, like, if you speak, like, I was speaking to 11 just before this, and this guy wants to have his own Bugatti. Like, right? And he can get, I firmly know if he puts in the work, because 11, you can't make this up. Go on the most motivational speaker. I put this on my IG story, and I don't know if you're not following me on IG, I'm going to be honest, you're missing out. Because the type of information I put out there, people are charging you thousands of dollars. And I'm just being honest. So the other day, I put out this post where the most motivational speakers, I got a post from Twitter, and I put it on my Facebook. The most motivational speakers, the best motivational speakers are 11s. 11s on top. 11s, and some are 3s, and I think there was 133. One was 33. Robert Kiyosaki, okay? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He was on the list. But other than that, him, like, the rest most of them were 11s, and then I think a couple were 3s, because 3 is the number of communication. It's the number of socialization. But even when you're a 3, you're not going to communicate better than an 11. And it's not that you can't, like, you can, but like, the charisma for an 11 is there, right? So it's like, an 11 doesn't even have to be the best communicator, even though they are very good, but it's the charisma that's pushing it out. So imagine if you're an 11 life path, you have the charisma already, but on top of that, you've excelled your communication skills. You've worked on your communication skills. You've polished your communication skills. Think about that. And if you're an 11 life path man, brother, I will always tell you this. If you are not doing semen retention, stop talking about insecurities with me. Stop talking about confidence with me. SR. Unless you're in a committed relationship where you know you love this person, whatever is going on, if you are a single life path 11 man, and even for women, I was speaking, you know what's funny now? Like, it's so hilarious because I'm attracting very, like, very pure women. Because the women that I'm speaking to are like celibate. Like, they've been celibate for a while, and it's a form of purification. I don't care like what you tell me in like this postmodern world, like where everything has become like hypersexualized. When you're in your root chakras, you're going to have a sense of insecurity. Because everything has become so hypersexualized, like in society. It's weird. Sex was once a sacred thing. It wasn't like you're going and giving your energy to everyone and you're just like, it was a sacred thing. It is a sacred thing, right? When you're having sex, like, you're exchanging energy on a very deep level. On a very deep level. And when you keep letting go off of your energy as a man or a woman, when you're not able to cultivate your life force energy, inner chi, you start to get insecure. It's natural. The insecurities start to come in. Because you're rewiring your subconscious mind. These are practice. If you are unable to do this, get yourself some sort of people around you that can coach you or guide you in a sort of way where you can do these things. So you gain confidence, because without you gaining confidence in yourself, the world out there is very strange. And I know 11 life paths cannot do jobs. It's very hard for an 11 life path to work under somebody. It's very hard. Don't ask me how I know all this, okay? I've spoken to too many of you guys. It's very hard for you to work under someone, but you've been programmed by society. There is an insidious program in this modern society that has programmed you. It's okay. It's okay, Sally. It's okay, Joe. Go ahead. Do your job. And then you're coming home miserable for a reason, because you're an 11. You're an 11. You're so ambitious. Like, you feel like, and honestly, even though it could be about the money, let's not lie here, okay? Let's keep it real. It could be about the money. But more than that, it could be that you need to serve. That you need to serve humanity. You need to push out your light. It could really be that. And it's so funny when people ask, like, yo, how are you so confident? Like, how are you doing? I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, do 11 months of celibacy. That's what I did. I did retention. I was doing retention. I've done 11 months. I've done 4 months many times. I've done 5-6 months. Just keep doing retention. Go do retention. Stay celibate. Do pranayama. Do the ancient practices. So your pineal opens. So your perception changes. It's all about perception. It's all about magnetism. These are the things. If you don't, even this red pill content, right? Even this red pill content. Hold on, I gotta pop the window down. With a lot of this red pill content, okay? So these red pill people are telling you, they're like, oh, you've got to walk like this, you've got to act like this. Bro, I literally wear a hoodie, a hat, and I'm not trying to be like, bro. Just know what I'm saying. Like, I'm a normal, okay, I'm not normal, but I'm a dude recording in his car, sometimes recording in my room, sometimes recording in nature, and I'm not the fanciest dude, but like, magnetism. It's magnetism. Have you ever seen like a couple where like one person looks just a lot better than the other? Like, okay, we've been there, okay? Let's not be like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't. Shh. We've done that. Okay. So if you look at that couple, right, you're like, how? But they've cultivated magnetism, and they're on the same level. And I'm going to be honest, if you're a woman that has cultivated magnetism, don't be shocked when like you even get rejected by guys. Or like guys don't want to talk, because you're that powerful, and you're not going to attract the average Joe Schmo. But the right man will eventually come into your life. You see what I mean? Like, he will eventually, the right man will end up coming, but that's like a test. Like, you're going through the test phase, and vice versa with men. Like, don't be shocked if you're getting rejected by like girls that are very promiscuous and like all they want to do is probably sleep with you or use you in other ways. But what's going to end up happening is that you will eventually start to attract more pure women. Like, as soon as you start getting on your purpose and your mission, you will become more magnetic. And as you become more magnetic, women are going to start falling in love with you. Do you see what I mean? So it's like I'm talking about all of this because it's all tied with confidence. It's all tied with you being confident. As an 11 life path, I'm telling you right now, if you want to cultivate your confidence, you're going to have to increase your magnetism, because once you start to increase your magnetism, you'll be able to go to the gym, you'll be able to do other things, other activities, and you'll feel just a lot better. But when you're thinking from a relegated point of view, it's going to become very hard for you to do things. Okay? That being said, have yourself a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. 11 life paths.